Well, good morning, everybody. Chuck here with No Time to Be Sad. Today, I'm going to take you guys on a bike ride. We're going to go the river road to Nakhon, and I want to share some stuff with you, kind of like some advice. A lot of people say hello to Kaugam. A lot of people share their questions, their concerns, and they share the outcome of their time in Thailand. So I've got some advice for you coming over. The best advice that I can give anybody coming to Thailand from my experience. Hey y'all, Chuck here with No Time to Be Sad, and this is my beautiful wife of 15 years, Paige. We downsized, saved, and liquidated to quit our lifestyle in America of living for things to a life of wherever it might take us. We moved to Thailand November of 2016. We currently live Thai style on the Mekong River in a town called ThatPhanom in the province of NakhonPhanom. This is my wonderful Thai family. Every day for us is an adventure, and we spend most of our time exploring and living for the moment. We know nothing lasts forever, and we try to enjoy every new day we have. I don't have time for things that really don't matter in my life. So there you have it. No time to be sad.
I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls walk by in their summer clothes. I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. I see a line of cars and they're all painted black. With flowers in my love.
Hey, 2 kilo.
To come back. I see the people turn their heads and look away. Like a newborn baby.
I don't think you could ask for more perfect weather today. Beautiful day.
Inside myself and all I see is black. I see a red door, I must have it painted black. Maybe then I'll fade away and not have to face.
Okay, one of the biggest concerns that I get from people that just moved here or thinking about coming to Thailand is the culture, the language, and I get a lot of people's response to that is, oh, you know, Thai people are xenophobes, they're racist, they hate Falang, they don't want any tourists. It's all negative stuff that you see on the internet. So let me give you my opinion on that as we ride. A lot of the negative responses come from people that can't deal with anything other than what's familiar to them. So they kind of conjugate in areas where there's a lot of foreigners. And a lot of times when this happens, you get just a big giant circle of negativity in most cases. You know, we're so quick to call out the people in the country that we live in racist or they hate me, because we really can't hold a conversation with them. And not only that, but it's so hypocritical because, you know, these people would like to have a bit of their own sovereignty and their own country, you know? For me, the biggest problem is always a misunderstanding, a language barrier. You want this, they don't know how to give it to you, and they don't understand why the hell you You want that, you know? I'm not saying that you need to learn to speak Thai. I'm just saying that not everything is going to be what you expect it to be. The outcome's not always going to be the same as you are imagining it. If you can speak some Thai, it's okay, but most likely you're not going to be able to have an in-depth conversation, explaining why they do this or why this happened or why they don't have whatever you think you might need. I experienced a lot of this stuff when I came to Thailand, especially with home repairs. Like I wanted to change all the screens in my house, and I knew that the hardware store sold screens, but they didn't sell the hardware to build the frames, you know? I was like, why the hell do you even sell the screens? It just doesn't make sense. But the thing is they have a guy that comes out and fabricates everything. He measures it and it's custom made and it costs like nothing to do. And then one time I was looking for a wax ring, drove all over every little province next to us trying to find a wax ring, which you can find now, but couldn't find it. And finally got an explanation to say, well, the wax rings don't really hold up very long because of the heat in Thailand. So, but we get upset about certain things and think, oh shit, I can't believe, how do you people even live without these things? You're like a third world country. Well, it's not always exactly what you think it should be, right? And the third world country thing is not the case with Thailand, but you can think all you want to about that. Thailand is a very developing country right now. If you're always expecting it to turn out the way you think it should, it's just not going to happen. Life will be very disappointing for you in Thailand. So my advice to you, if something just doesn't make sense, just walk away. Always smile, don't get frustrated. It's not going to fix anything. You're not going to outsmart them because you're not going to be able to battle wits with them. It's just not going to happen here. Usually it's always a miscommunication, whether it's a banking problem, a girlfriend problem, whatever. It's a fact that you guys can't understand each other and you're expecting the outcome to be something that you're familiar with. Another big concern and problem in Thailand is failed relationships. Relationships are very difficult in Thailand because of the cultural difference, and usually always a misunderstanding. And we expect them to kind of know what we want, and typically the Thai women learn to speak English and the men just point and grunt. I don't get it. And you guys know this, relationships are two-way streets, right? It's give and take, not give. So you gotta try to respect the culture and the way that the Thai family works. Family comes first. I don't know why that's hard to explain. Family comes first usually in your life too, but it's just handled a little bit differently in Thailand. They don't have a social welfare system here, which is good, because if they did, then of course everything would be a lot more expensive here. I don't see how that's going to work at the current moment in time in Thailand. So, that people and the families have to work together and pitch in and help the mechanism work. And we don't understand that in our culture. And I don't know, a lot of times they don't try to understand, like, oh, it's the sick buffalo, all she wants is money, blah, blah, blah. Well, if you're gonna take time away from her job or making money to help support her family, then somehow you've got to fill in that gap. And I don't think that's such a big deal, but it's not for everybody. And if you want to keep all your nickels, then just get a part-time girlfriend, and that'll work too, right? But I'm really just talking about relationships in general. But here's the thing, right? When I'm talking about give and take, she's going to have to understand your culture as well. So if you only feel like you can give out of the goodness of your heart so much, then you need to lay that on the table. Now, this is what I have. This is what I'm willing to give. And basically that's it. So you can find out how that plays out, but you're going to have to lay it out there. You can't just expect them to kind of understand you, because they honestly, not to be stereotypical, but most of them think life is easy for Westerners, that when we retire we have an endless pot of gold. They don't really understand the concept of, you know, if you don't work, you don't pay into the system, you don't get anything back. You know, they don't understand taxes, they don't understand cost of living compared to them. So they just think that you're, you know, every month's a new month, right? And for some of us it is. On a side note, well, this is with me too, but especially in the Buddhist culture, you always get back what you give. So a lot of people say, I couldn't live with, how do you live with their family, Chuck? Why don't you grow up and move out? And a whole lot of little quirky, little clever comments, you know, because they could never do what I do. Like, they probably would not be accepted into their wife's family because they're an asshole, you know? So if you're an asshole, you're gonna get treated like an asshole. But anyway, my little home-based thing's a different story. You've heard it a few times. But you get back what you give everywhere in Thailand. That's why I'm saying just smile when there's a misunderstanding and try again later. Try again later. But, you know, a lot of people give up. A lot of people can't make it in Thailand. A lot of people have failed because they, not that they're lazy, it's just they feel like they're at an age where they can't change, you know? And you have to change. You have to change to go to any country, I think. You know, you can't expect things to be, you know, if you live in Texas, you can't go to Spain and, you know, act the same. Yeah, it just doesn't work that way. Communication is key. Google Translate's your friend, but not always in this case. Google Translate can cause more problems than what it's worth, because sometimes things translate in a different meaning both ways, because they don't think like us, and you have to kind of be able to think and speak kind of like a Thai for it to translate into Thai language. So, but anyway, it's not easy in a relationship with a foreigner from two different parts of the world. So a lot of patience, and you have to kind of lay it out there for, this is what I want from you, and this is what I'm willing to give, and I guess just that's it. But you know, you don't have to get married. Not every Thai woman wants to get married. The younger ones probably, and then, you know, the younger ones are probably going to have a dowry and all that stuff too. That does happen, even in older ones. It just depends on the family. I didn't know anything about that until I moved to Thailand, and people were telling me about it in the comment section. Like, I don't know anything about that, sorry. It doesn't actually happen to everybody. And most of the people that I know didn't pay anything to the family either. But normally that goes, I made a video on that a while back. It's a different story. But anyway, relationships are tough no matter what. You just got to be very patient with each other. Try to accept them, and if they can't accept you, it's just not going to work, you know, for sure. So just lay it out on the line. This is what I'm going to do. This is all I can do, and this is all I want to do that will make me feel good about the relationship. That's that's my marital advice on that. All right, let's go. Me and my wife have been together for a long time, since 2007, and we kind of got a pretty good understanding of each other. I don't like confrontation. Paige definitely doesn't like confrontation, period. So a lot of times I've got to read her face or her actions if she's not happy with something. So I think that's our only downfall, is it's always a little too late if there's a problem, like if I don't recognize it right away. But, you know, we both have our needs, and when I moved to Thailand, I realized that, like, I'm in a cage, you know, like I can't escape. I can't just take off because I'm in a different country, you know. And I mean, now I can, but at first I was like, I'm just kind of stuck, you know, and I'm feeling closed in. I don't understand what anybody's saying. And yeah, I feel stupid, really. So it takes some getting used to with that, you know, with the language barrier and the culture, and not really, you know, you kind of find things out at the last minute, you know, like, okay, we're going where? I didn't know. You're gonna have to try to figure out some way to just sit back and enjoy the moment. Don't try to figure out what the hell's going on. You need a hobby. Right off the bat, I bought a bicycle and I started riding around and discovering parts of the world, I guess, nature, flowers, stuff that I was like, wow, this is cool, you know? And I found peace with that. So now, you know, I don't have a job, so I don't go off anywhere, you know, spend 8-10 hours a day working away from everybody in a different environment. So now I get on a bicycle and I'll take off for a couple days. I have to have it. Like, I have to have something to get away from, like YouTube, get away from just people in general. And I think it's important for you to pick up some kind of hobby to where you can, you know, you can entertain yourself and give yourself some space. Now, me and Paige love to travel together and we have a great time. So I'm very lucky that I have a wife that is able to do that, you know? We don't have kids. She doesn't have a responsibility here for anybody that keeps her from going somewhere. She don't have a job, you know, her parents take care of themselves. You know, that'll change eventually, but right now we're able to do pretty much what we want. And that flexibility really means a lot in Thailand. Okay, that brings me to my next topic, and that is anchoring in, trying to give yourself some security, trying to fit in and be a part of the community or Thailand. And what I mean by that is buying a bunch of shit here and trying to think you're of some importance and that you need some special attention. And whether you're teaching or working, whatever the case is, you have kids, you bought a house, you bought a condo. And a lot of people fail here because they end up feeling disrespected, like they've anchored themselves in. Now they're a victim of their community. They're a victim of their surroundings. And things get hypersensitive when you're locked in. You're only allowed to be here a year at a time. For it to make sense to me, unless you're married to a Thai person, until they create something to where we're able to stay a lifetime in Thailand, I'm not interested in trying to plant roots in a place that I can't plant roots in. This doesn't make sense to me. So all I'm saying is relax, be flexible, move around, try out places. Don't try to anchor in, don't try to act like you know anything, because it's not going to be what you've expected. It's not. I've had, I guess in the 6 years that I've been here, maybe 7 or 8 people contact me to try to see if I can help them sell their stuff. And a lot of times these people, they've already bought the stuff before they come. They've done the research and they've found the condo that they wanted, they found the car they wanted, you know. Then they come and they buy a bunch of stuff to upgrade it to their Western desires, you know, buy a motorbike, even a vehicle. One guy bought a Ford Ranger, brand new, and 2 months later decided to move, you know. So the biggest problem is you didn't give it a chance. Like, you just came here and you just planted roots right away. You didn't even discover anything. I'm not saying that's bad for everybody. And it's definitely not bad if you're married to a Thai or you're in a long-term relationship and you have the mindset to where what you have doesn't matter if you lose it tomorrow. You're not trying to save your nickels. Maybe the management changes in your condo, or there was other rules that you didn't know about. You know, when you're flexible, and you can move around at will, things don't really bother you that much, you know? If it's smoky too much in Chiang Mai, what are you gonna, you don't have to sit there and complain about stuff that you can't control anyway. Just pick your ass up and go move down south. Go stay in Rayong for 2 months. Go to Hua Hin, go wherever, and then just bounce around. It's actually cheaper to do this. I say that because a lot of people, they end up moving, or I mean, you're only here. I could go on all day with people's problems coming here. One more I'll talk about, and that's logistics. Logistics meaning financial, visas, where to stay, how to learn, how to find a school, logistic stuff that you need to know when you're moving to a different part of your state, a different part of your country, a different country. You need to find out these things. You're getting in a different relationship, you know, you got to find out something about your new girlfriend. Why the hell don't you want to find something about Thailand? Logistics. Number one question or thought when moving to Thailand is, can I afford to move to Thailand? You know, or they'll ask everybody, how much does it cost to live in Thailand? It's not a stupid question. It's just a question that can't be answered, right? I don't think they probably understand that we just can't answer that question. We don't know what you need. We don't know where you want to live. We don't know what you, I mean, there's a whole lot of we don't know compared to what I want. So I can tell you what I've spent, and I've said this many times, if you've got about $1,500 US a month and you have a pretty good nest egg, you can live a comfortable life in Thailand. Very comfortable life. You could make it here on $500 a month. I know people here on £500 a month, but a lot of them have a nest egg. A lot of them had stuff they liquidated. They had a savings account. You know, they had something worth value that they sold before they moved to Thailand. But, you know, here's the thing. You gotta do your own research. I don't know what kind of bank you need. I don't know what kind of rent you're looking for. I don't know where you want to live. These are things that you need to search on your own. I've got 1,400 videos of traveling around Thailand. You can start by looking at some of those and get an idea. And then if you're smart, you just come here and you just check it out. You know, you bounce around, you go place to place. You find a place like, wow, I really like this. My mom did that. She's like, this is the place. Like, she fell in love with Prachuap. I didn't think that was going to be the place, to be honest with you. But she's like, this is the place. Will it last? I don't know, maybe. Who gives a shit? She's only renting the place for a year. She can take all of her crap and go somewhere else if she wants to, you know? It's easy that way. But you got to get off your ass. You've got to get on the internet. And you've got to do some searching. I made a video on the best way to live long-term in Thailand, you know. In that video was a bunch of links for tools for you to go and do your own research on whatever kind of visa that you need. Do you need a work visa? You need a spousal visa? Do you need a retirement visa? Do I get the OA? Do I get the O? You know, this and that. These are the things that you're going to have to really do the legwork and look at. If you can't do that and you're lazy, you're gonna most likely fail eventually. You're just gonna be a bitter prick sitting amongst other people that know everything about everything from their own experience. So just get out there and see it. When I was coming over here, I didn't really watch YouTube. There's a million YouTube videos on YouTube now, but when I was coming, there wasn't. What is the main things that you need in your life? Come to Thailand, find out what those things cost. Find an area that is suitable for you. Do you only want to be around foreigners? Do you want to be somewhere where there's a lot of foreign restaurants, a lot of foreign food? You know, do you want to live Thai style up in the mountains, you know? These are the things you're going to have to do your own research on. That's what I did. I had no idea until I came over here. And, you know, I'm typical Western too. Put my head around everything, gotta know it all. I had a whole, you know, notebook full of questions that I was gonna resolve in 2 or 3 trips in Thailand so I could be successful coming here. You know, that was me. I was a perfectionist most of my life, believe it or not. Here in this area is a huge Christian community, and they have a big Christmas festival here during Christmas time. I did a video here a while back. Imagine that. Okay, so I want to get to the point of what this video is all about, and it's my single advice I could just give you or give anybody coming into Thailand and living here successfully. It's just my advice, and that would just be to be flexible. Just like that. Just leave your expectations at the airport in your home country and just enjoy your life. If you're coming here to stay permanently or even just a vacation, just whatever happens, happens. Just go with the flow and laugh it off. And, you know, things are funny. It didn't work out, but it was kind of crazy. That was funny. We'll try again tomorrow. Your expectations are going to get the best of you if you expect it to be the outcome that you're familiar with. And that really destroys a lot of relationships, a lot of visas. I've had a lot of people share their stories with me, and I'm very thankful for that. I've had a lot of people that argue that I'm full of shit, which I don't quite understand because I'm only sharing my experience. In this video, I'm giving you my advice, and I typically share my videos, I just share my experiences along the way. And I think that the best way to help anybody is just to see the natural outcome of things, right? Not some facade of how I want you to think things should be, and trying to tell you, oh, there's 750,000 people in the population of this town. It was founded by, you know, nobody really gives a shit ultimately about that. We all have Wikipedia. So I'm just saying, just laugh it off. You're gonna get food poisoning, you're gonna find a bad relationship, you're banking, you're gonna lose your ATM card, you're gonna have all this shit, but the same stuff happens back in the United States. Or I shouldn't say that, in your own country. And it's going to happen all the time. There's always going to be bad things happen in your life. Just don't worry so much about it. Just laugh it off and move forward. It only affects you. Your attitude, your thoughts, your actions don't affect anybody. They only affect you. Be real careful with taking advice from others in Thailand, because experiences come with attitude, come with needs. A lot of difference in everybody else's experiences. You know, they're not all going to be the same. So be careful with the guy on the internet who says, oh, this is the exact forms that you need. This is exactly how you're going to do this, you know. This is the outcome. I do it by myself every time because I'm a smart person. Be careful with those people, okay? Because where they live might be a little bit easier with immigration. Yeah, maybe their visa requirements are a little less than what you need. Every immigration office is different, even from officer to officer. I can tell you every time I've made a video on my experiences, and they're always different. I don't go around saying, this is how it's going to be right here. Here it is. This is how you get a license. This is how you get a damn ID card. This is how you get your tooth pulled. No, I just share my experience so you get kind of an idea of how it's going to play out, you know. But, you know, my attitude also, if it's negative, I'm not going to have a very good day at immigration. You know, I'm not going to have a very good day at the noodle shop if I'm an asshole. So be careful taking advice from people that claim that they've got the answers for you, okay? Do the research. When you get the research, you'll have a basic format of how things are supposed to be. Just because you read, this is the rules, this is how you do that, doesn't mean that's how it's going to be in Thailand. But at least you got an idea that well, shit, if I get the OA visa before I come, I'm going to be required to buy health insurance for the whole time I have my visa. And if I can't afford it, then I'll have to leave. So maybe that won't work for you. Maybe you just need to come into Thailand and get your O visa so you don't have to get the damn insurance. You know, these are the things that people don't do the research on and realize later, shit, I should have done that, you know? But, you know, I recommend just coming on a tourist visa anyway to check it out. You don't want to come here, you know, get a long-term visa right off the bat, especially in OA if you don't have to. That's probably the worst damn one to get. That one you can only get outside of Thailand. You can get a visa in, you can come in on a 30-day damn 45-day stamp and go through the process of getting a visa long-term here, an O visa. But anyway, that's a different story. Do the legwork. Be careful who you talk to. Stay away from negative people. Stay away from the victims. You know, we're all a victim of something at one point, right? But most of us, we don't talk about it. We just move on. We just learn from our mistakes. But we only hear the blah, blah, blah coming from the victims, you know? Who gives a shit? You had a bad experience. Wrap it up, move on, all right? What, you know, maybe some of it was your fault too. You know, we got to recognize these things too to be able to grow as a human being, you know, to correct ourselves. But I get a lot of these assholes, and I shouldn't say that, but you know, sometimes they are assholes to me. I've been coming to Thailand for the past 14 years. I've lived in Thailand for the 20 years. I'm this, I'm that. Here's my credentials. Now listen to what I got to say, right? So he's already tried to put himself on a platform higher than me. So I need to, you know, bow down to his superiority and listen to what he says, because he's got knowledge that will contradict my existence, you know, in Thailand. So that's a little hyper exaggerated, but that's kind of how I feel sometimes when people do that. Like, it's not necessary, right? Just tell me what your experience is. You know, we can swap experiences. We got to kind of understand things aren't all the same, right? I don't expect this guy to have the same problems, especially if he's lived in Thailand 20 years and never left the village. You know, it's not going to be the same. But be careful with those people too, because, you know, they want to try to preach to you how things should be. And yeah, just relax, smile, be happy, and enjoy life. Stop and smell the flowers. Stop at a temple. Oh, all temples are the same, Chuck. No, they're actually not. If you look around, if you expect them to be the same, well, of course they're going to be the same. But life is not the same. I love Koh Chang. I've been there many times. It's my favorite place to go, by the way. You should check it out. Koh Koot actually is my most favorite island on the planet. There's just not shit to do there, but it's beautiful. But it's my favorite spot to chill is Koh Koot. But every time I go, I have a different experience. Because I don't expect the outcome is going to be the same. I don't expect it. Even if I go to my favorite Isan restaurant in Koh Chang, it's different. It's always different. But just enjoy the moment. Enjoy life. Here's the deal, guys. Life is unpredictable. One moment you're healthy, the next moment you had a stroke and you're paralyzed half of your body. You have to figure out how to exist after that moment. Life changes. You can't stop it. Stop worrying. Also, another thing that aggravates me. Hang on, let me get going. If you are one of these people, well, the very small percentage of people that are constantly trying to tell everybody how to live longer, stop. Stop it. Nobody gives a shit. You don't have the secret to life. You are full of shit. Do what makes you happy. Hang on, I'm not trying to be so harsh on you. I'm only joking. Seriously. Do what makes you happy. If that's what makes you happy, if eating carrots and celery sticks makes you happy, then do that. It's okay. If that's what makes you happy, that's what's probably going to prolong your life. Not the fact that you're depriving your body of nutrients, because you probably aren't. I don't want to get into that. I'm sorry. Lord, please forgive me. I'm sure you're doing a fantastic job. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about on that. So just stop trying to tell me or anybody else on the things that I need to do or stop doing so that I can live for tomorrow. Tomorrow, I don't have to tell you the cliche, right? Just be happy for the day. Be happy for the moment. You people are so worried about tomorrow. What about today? Okay? My grandmother's 97 years old. She eats Burger King. Think she gives a shit about carrots and celery sticks? No, not everybody is the same. Okay, some people can't control their diet. They have to have a strict diet. Some people can't control their alcohol. A lot of people can't control their alcohol. They have to either stop drinking alcohol. These are my favorite people. You know, these are the ones that will tell you that you're going to die from alcohol. These are like the born again sober people, I call them, because they can't handle whatever. They think that that's going to be a problem for everybody else, right? Well, yeah, no, they're just probably looking out for the best interest of whoever they're talking to, right? But man, stop worrying about shit that doesn't matter to you, doesn't affect you. Just be happy with your sobriety, your carrot sticks, your whatever the hell you want. But don't try to push that shit on nobody else, because nobody cares. Nobody wants to hear it. You're not helping somebody. If they want your advice, they will seek it. They will ask you, hey, how the hell did you lose 150 pounds? I need to do that because I'm a fat ass. Then you can share your story, right? Will it work for them? Probably not. Maybe they don't have the willpower you have. Maybe they live in a different environment where it's difficult for that to happen. You know, maybe they're a truck driver or they're a shift worker, or they travel a lot and they can't bring their juicer with them everywhere they go. You know what I'm saying? Live your life for today. That's my point. Live your life. Be happy. You're gonna die no matter what. Okay, you've got to know that, right? Your ass is not living forever. You're not gonna stay on the internet and haunt me. Don't worry about that shit. Stop. I might get run over by a damn car. But you know what? I'm not going to sit at home going, oh, I'm not going to ride my bike because it's dangerous. You know, a lot of people die in a bicycle accident, motorcycle accident. It's just a dangerous place to be. By God, I'm not going to do it. I don't know why I went redneck on that, but I'm going to ride my bike. Don't be a clown. Don't be the knucklehead sitting on the bar stool at 7 o'clock in the morning telling everybody how smart you are, telling everybody that you've got everything figured out and everybody here is homophobes, xenophobes, racist, all the women have sick buffaloes. Don't be that guy. You always get back what you get. I'm gonna tell you a little story about somebody that's no longer here anymore, who's really a nuisance to Thailand, really a nuisance to YouTube. And I'm lucky I have a wife that, let's just say Paige is she's my balance. Like, she's made me a better person for sure, 100%. But there was a clown on the internet not too long ago. I'm not gonna tell you his name. It's kind of resembles maybe somebody that is maybe the star of a donkey show. That's what his name is. That's what happens when you're the star of the donkey show, I'll say. But he is, this guy would terrorize other YouTubers to try to convince people that he was so much more superior than they were. And he would really just try to get you to interact with him because he wanted to have your subscribers. Even though he had his channel like blocked many times on YouTube. I don't even know if he still has a channel. But I do know the outcome of him. And the only reason I'm sharing this story about this person, this guy looks like a worn out sex toy. Like, this dude is really, like, he just stayed in his basement pretty much. He stayed in his little room and he talked crap about people. Like, he wanted to tell people how boring and pathetic everybody else was while he was sitting at a desk telling, and he had an audience that was, I think his audience was just waiting for him to implode anyway. But this guy, he would talk so much shit about everybody, and he's gone now. Now he'll tell you that, oh, I moved because I'm going to better myself. I'm 54 years old and I'm going to start an internet career. This is the stupidest person on the planet. Not only did he terrorize people and talk so much shit that a lot of people have saved content of him on the internet, he thinks the internet is going to be his savior. What an idiot. Anyway, this guy barked up the wrong tree. Actually, he barked up my tree wrong a few times. He tried to hack my wife's accounts. You know, he tried to sabotage really my YouTube channels in my wife's name. And yeah, he tried to sabotage that, but he's so stupid. He used his own email address. This guy's a really rock solid idiot. But anyway, he barked up the wrong guy's tree in Phuket and started talking crap about him, got a lawsuit filed against him. He ended up bailing, kind of popping around countries to escape Thailand, to go back to the US to be an internet star. And yeah, he skipped out a couple days before his court date. So the guy, luckily for him, has a parent company in the States too, so they'll be knocking on his door back then. But he's not going to be able to come back to Thailand, because I know the attorney that I had said it was a 400,000 baht minimum defamation case that he also could have got for me, and I'm sure that's what that was with that guy, but probably multiple scenarios with this dickhead. But I'm only talking about this dickhead because people get back what they give in life. And yeah, I mean, I was told when I first got here, the first 2 or 3 years, that I was going to fail. My Thai wife was going to take everything that I had, and I was a typical American. I was going to crawl back to my things. But they can't say it anymore. Will it happen? I don't know. I don't really care, because I don't think too much about stupid crap, and I don't wish harm on anybody else, because I'm happy with myself. If you want to talk in the basement and talk shit about people, then that's up to you. But it doesn't affect anybody but you. Nobody really ultimately cares, for sure. Don't be that guy. Just enjoy life. Enjoy your stay in Thailand. And that's really all I got to say about that. Beautiful day, going on a bike ride. I'm going to finish the video off with a little bit of scenery if you guys want to stick around for that. Anyway, I hope the video helped. And if it didn't, I guess I just couldn't help you. We'll see you on the next video. Bye. Oh, on a side note, while I'm still a little wound up, just kidding, I'm not wound up. Don't mention that dickhead's name on my channel. His name won't come through in the comment section. So if you want to leave a comment, don't mention that guy's name on my channel, because he doesn't exist on my channel. He doesn't exist in my life. He's just really, he's nobody. Like, it's just a fictional character. Bye.
It's not easy facing when your whole world is black. No more will my green sea turn deeper blue. I could not foresee this thing happening to you. If I look hard enough into the setting sun, my love will laugh with me before the morning comes. I see a red door and I want it painted black. No colors anymore, I want them to turn black. I see the girls walk by in their summer clothes, but I have to turn my head until my darkness goes. Wanna it painted. Yeah. See it painted, painted black, black as night. Whoa, whoa. Wanna see it painted.